Welcome everyone to Living with the Times. This week's Torah portion is the portion of Yitro, in which the Jewish people received the Torah at Sinai. And we're told specifically that Mount Sinai was in a desert. And the whole area is called Midbar Sinai, the desert of Sinai. So the sages ask, why was the Torah given in the desert and also outside of Israel? And a number of answers are given. One is, just like the desert is somewhat barren and simple as far as an environment goes, so a person needs to be humble in order to really receive the Torah, especially the secrets of the Torah. That learning Torah with a big ego for one's own purposes is not the right vessel to receive the Torah. So we need to be humble in order to be a fitting vessel for the divine revelations of the Torah. And why outside of Israel? We're told that ultimately the Torah is meant for the whole world. It's true that right now it's the Jewish people who have accepted the Torah. But the idea is, especially in the Messianic era, the reality of God and human consciousness will come together in a planetary global village and acceptance of godliness and the Torah. We have a number of sources that show this. One is the Midrash, that God offered the Torah to the descendants of Esav and Yishmael, and they refused. So why did God offer it to them if he knew at that point they wouldn't accept it? Because the idea is that eventually they will. And God wanted to make it clear that the teachings of the Torah are ultimately meant for the whole world. When we came into Israel, so God commanded us to lift up these huge rocks and stones and to engrave the Torah in 70 languages. So this is an obvious allusion to the idea that the Torah was made public. It was translated into all of the languages in order to send the message that ultimately the Torah is meant for everyone. If we go back to Avram Avinu, the first Jew, his whole mission was to teach the whole world about the oneness of God, the oneness of existence, of reality. And he reached out to everyone. And the mission of the Jewish people has not changed in all of these years. But because of history and the way it unfolded, so in century after century, it simply was not possible for Jews to share the teachings of the Torah. If anyone would try to convert, their life would be in great jeopardy, as well as the whole community. So during most of history, we didn't have a chance to be like Avram Avinu and share the Torah with the whole world. But now things are different. I remember Reb Shlomo used to say, I have a feeling that the world is so angry with us, so against us, because we have something so precious and maybe we're a little bit stingy in sharing it. And recently, so Rav Yitzhak Ginsburg has been promoting for a number of years now this idea of it's time to teach the whole world Torah. Now he makes it very clear that this isn't proselytizing. Judaism is not a proselytizing religion. We will accept anyone who converts for the right reasons, no matter what race or what previous beliefs they had. But we don't go out proselytizing. But the idea of sharing Torah with the whole world is those souls that are meant to convert need to first be exposed. And in a sense, the whole world needs to understand the 7 mitzvot b'nei Noach, of the children of Noach, the 7 universal commandments that could bring the whole world together in a moral and ethical world society. And even those who are not interested in either one of those, that there's so much darkness in the world and such a lack of moral compass that simply the world needs the wisdom of the Torah. Just to make people better people, to make people appreciate the Jewish people, to become supporters of Israel, especially in our time when so much of the world seems to be against us. So this week's Parsha, we received the Torah, but we should always keep in mind the original mission as established by Avram. God gave him the name Avraham with the definition that he will be Av Hamon Goyim, a father of many nations, and all the nations of the world will be blessed through you. And so it's time to really reach out and share the light, the wisdom, the morals, the ethics of the Torah. And with that, Bezrat Hashem, the full redemption will come.